Hey, folks! Ever thought about turning your money into real financial superheroes? In today's video, I'll tell you about 6 incredible moves to protect and make your money grow. From investing in precious metals like gold to diving into the exciting world of value stocks and mutual funds. And guess what? We'll also explore how land and real estate can be your anchors against inflation. It's all here, packed with dynamic and accessible tips. You can't miss it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and let's take off into the world of investments together. 6. Precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum recommended as a hedge against inflation due to their scarcity and intrinsic value. You know, a smart move that many financial experts suggest is investing in precious metals like gold, silver, and platinum. Now, why are they so recommended? Well, first off, they act as true heroes against inflation, saving our investments from the negative impact of this economic boogeyman. The trick here is that these metals are scarce, and rarity is the name of the game when it comes to protecting your money. Not only that, they have intrinsic value beyond paper currency, and let's face it, in times of economic uncertainty, having something solid like these shining metals is a kind of insurance for your wealth. Oh, and here's an interesting fact: since the 50s, the price of an ounce of gold has gone from a mere $400 to over $2,000 in 2023. And according to predictions, it might even reach an incredible $10,000 by 2032. Imagine, in 10 years, your gold investment could be worth 5 times more. And the best part is, if you don't want to store gold bars at home, there's a more accessible move: gold ETFs. They're like little investment packets in gold, super practical, and no need for a home safe. So, here's the tip: when it comes to protecting your money from inflation, these precious metals are like the superheroes of the financial world. It's a way to make your money not only grow in numbers but also in real value. And you know what? In a time when governments are printing money like it's toilet paper, having something tangible and valuable is a savvy strategy. 5. Industrial commodities, raw materials. Investing in industrial commodities like silver, cobalt, nickel, and copper due to high demand in various industries. Picture this: investing in industrial commodities is like sneaking backstage into the economy and becoming part of the show. These gems, such as silver, cobalt, nickel, and copper, are like the lead actors on the film sets of industries. Now, the key here is the high demand. It's like everyone wants a piece of this economic spectacle. Let's get real: silver, for example, isn't just for making beautiful jewelry. It's the star behind the production of electronics, medical equipment, nuclear reactors, and a bunch of other things. Oh, and cobalt? Its demand skyrocketed since 2020, especially because of electric vehicles. The price jumped from $20,000 per ton in 2012 to $40,000 in 2022. Can you see it? Being in the game of commodities is like riding the wave of industrial progress, but check this out: not everyone has spare change to buy a stockpile of cobalt, right? I certainly don't. But no worries, because there are more accessible moves. You can invest in mining companies' stocks, like Rio Tinto, or take a shortcut with mutual funds focused on commodities. And you know what's cool? When demand is through the roof, these investments can supercharge your portfolio. So, the tip here is, think of industrial commodities as the stars of the economic show. They're the ones keeping the industry's gears turning, and if you know how to join this dance, your wallet might just thank you at the end of the show. For safe haven currencies, secure exchange currencies from stable countries like the Swiss franc, British pound, and Chinese yuan, considered safe assets in times of uncertainty. You know, when the seas get rough in the financial world, having a safe harbor is almost like a superpower. And in this realm, currencies from stable countries like the Swiss franc, British pound, and Chinese yuan are like the superheroes of secure exchange. They step in during moments of economic uncertainty and show why they are the stars of monetary security. Take a look at the Swiss franc, for instance. Switzerland, with its robust economy, turns the franc into a kind of unshakable rock in turbulent times. Remember the global financial crisis in 2008? Back then, money from all over the place flew to Swiss banks because, let's be honest, who wouldn't want to shield their funds from crazy devaluation? And this isn't just ancient history. Recently, during the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, the Chinese yuan took the stage, proving that currencies from strong countries are like safe havens for your money. but hey, not everyone has the option to open a bank account in Switzerland, right? I certainly don't. The good news is that there are more accessible alternatives, like currency ETFs. They work like little currency packets, allowing even those without millions in their accounts to boost their investment diversification. So, in a nutshell, when things get tough in the financial world, these currencies from stable countries are like superhero capes for your money. It's almost like having Batman protecting Gotham City, but in the world of finances. 3. Sovereign guarantees, government bonds. Investing in government bonds, such as treasury bonds, secured by the stability of the issuing government. Alright, let's talk about a move that's kind of like placing your money in the fortress of financial security, government bonds. Picture this: investing in something as solid as the bricks of a well-built house, but in the financial world. These bonds, like treasury bonds, are practically like a contract with the government, and let's be honest, if there's one thing that's usually stable, it's the government, at least we hope, right? So, the trick here is that since way back in 1971 when President Nixon took the gold standard off the stage, the dollar became like the main star in these bonds. They carry the guarantee of the United States government, making them kind of like a financial superhero. If the government is strong, these bonds are like the shield that protects your money from major shocks, but hey, not everything is always sunshine and rainbows. I remember the sovereign debt crisis in Greece in 2009. The government had to ask for help from the IMF and other important folks to avoid defaulting. So, the moral of the story is, when investing in government bonds, pick the good ones, like those with sky-high credit ratings. In the case of the US, there are treasury bills, notes, and bonds, which are generally considered safe. In short, here's a strategy that's like having a financial bodyguard. Investing in government bonds is like making a deal with the government, and if that deal is with a top-notch government, your money is kind of like in a protective bubble. It's like having an insurance policy but for your finances. 2. Value stocks and mutual funds. Value stocks with solid fundamentals and stable dividends, and dividend mutual funds to balance risk and return. Let's dive into a move that's a bit like assembling your dream team in the financial world: value stocks and mutual funds. It's akin to picking the best players to ensure that your financial score is always in the green. First up, we've got value stocks, which are like those players who may not be cover stars, but they're crucial for the team. These stocks have solid fundamentals, like an unshakable defense, and they also offer dividends that are like consistent goals on your scoreboard. The trick here is to seek out those companies that are like the pillars of a building. You know? They may not be the most talked about in the media, but they have a strong foundation. And for those who enjoy a steady cash flow, the dividends from these stocks are like an extra salary. Now, if you want a more collective play, enter dividend mutual funds. They're like the coach organizing the entire team, selecting the best value stocks and forming a winning squad. But, buddy, not everything is all glamour in the world of investments. Sure, value stocks and mutual funds bring stability, but don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows. You've got to do your homework, analyze the fundamentals of companies, check the performance of funds, and, of course, understand that there's always a risk in the game. It's like soccer: some games, we win by a landslide, but sometimes there's a draw or even a tight loss. So, in a nutshell, value stocks and mutual funds are like building your dream team. Pick those stocks that are like essential players, and on top of that, play with the complete team of mutual funds to ensure that your financial score is always a champion. Just don't forget to study the game before stepping onto the field, because in the financial world, as in soccer, the secret is planning. 1. Land and real estate. Land and real estate as non-depreciable assets and an effective protection against inflation. Now we're talking about something that's like investing in your own piece of the planet: land and real estate. Just imagine having a little slice of this world all to yourself. Besides being an incredible feeling, it's also a solid investment. First, let's talk about land. It's like an asset that doesn't lose value over time. On the contrary, it's always there, sturdy and resilient. And with the world's population continuing to grow, the demand for space just keeps increasing. Now, picture having a piece of land that, over time, appreciates more than a vintage wine. This happens because we need land for everything, from homes to crops, so the value of this resource only goes up. And when it comes to real estate, things get even more exciting. Houses, offices, commercial buildings, these are like assets that not only appreciate but also provide you with security against inflation. but hey, not everyone needs to be a tycoon to get into this game. There's a more accessible play, REITs. Hold on, let me explain. REITs are like those investment packages in real estate. You buy a slice, and boom, you're already part of the real estate investor team. Or, if you want to take it a step further, you can even finance a property to rent out. Look, having a piece of this planet can be a brilliant move to make your money grow while literally keeping your feet on the ground. Got the play? It's like having an investment that appreciates, not just in numbers, but in real solidity. So, fearless investors, I hope these tips were like a treasure map for your wallet. If you enjoyed exploring the universe of investments with me, don't forget to drop a like to strengthen our community of financial explorers. Oh, and of course, subscribe to the channel to not miss any treasures we'll discover together. Comment below which play excited you the most, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Until the next financial adventure.